Good afternoon. We have a first alert weather day today, and that's because we shifted focus from heat to severe storms. So we may have a line of severe storms possible tonight. It's going to likely roll through, but we don't know how strong it'll be quite yet. Could have winds up to 70 miles an hour. It will have very heavy rain with widespread 1-inch totals across the region. A lot of lightning and thunder rolling through tonight, and that's Friday tonight into early Saturday. So yeah, it's great weather out here. The sun's out. People are starting to filter in down here at Bayfront. But let's get to that 4th of July forecast. I know you guys are all waiting for that. It's going to be hot for our 4th of July. Heat indices up in the mid-90s. Got hot weather coming up today. Highs up in those 80s once again. Dew points in the 70s. A little bit muggy today. I'll let you know when this heat breaks after the break. Very high rainfall totals, and luckily we'll see that low pressure system move out, and we'll see this high pressure system move on in here, so that starts to park over us for our Thursday. And this summer we've had a lot of nice days that have smoke, so there's a meteorological explanation for this. So we have that low pressure system with those storms yesterday, and behind these cold fronts that often produce storms, we have nice weather but northwest winds, and these northwest winds really drag down that wildfire smoke, as they do tend to be north and west of us this summer. And near Duluth, we do have that natural AC though, 67 off the lake, and into northwest Wisconsin, it's pretty warm, upper 70s and 80 there in Ironwood, quarter of an inch. For your pickleball forecast for Saturday, I'm a big pickleball guy, so I figured I'd share the forecast for Saturday. It's looking yellow tomorrow morning, maybe the court's a little bit wet.
Conditions and tracking that air quality. How's it feeling out there, Jason?
It's feeling pretty warm out here. It's really nice, but there is that haze in the sky, and you can almost taste the smoke out here. Those are going to fuel some storms later on tonight. So as this warm front has lifted through today, we saw really warm temperatures, that humidity building on in, and we have a cold front that's going to push on through tonight and spark up some pretty gnarly storms. Hopefully there's some nice pilot out there if your dog ever does run away.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe hopefully not running into any difficult rain or anything like we might be seeing.
Yeah, we do have some difficult conditions to be finding dogs out there today. Be looking at a moderate risk of strong winds, as this will form into a line, and those lines tend to bow out and produce very strong winds as they sweep across the land, especially when they're moving fast like this system will be. Hail is a secondary concern, and then our tornado threat and flooding threat are pretty low, but a stray tornado could not be ruled out, especially west of us and south of us down in central Minnesota. Going into our future radar, let's time this out. Looks like around midnight is when the show really starts, so pretty quiet today. There's a cap above our surface, so warm air aloft is keeping air from rising, and that forces our storms to be overnight. So Aiken, Grand Rapids may be getting in on it around midnight. We'll see that push on off. So in Duluth, we're looking at 2, 3, 4 a.m. for our timing. Hibbing, you're in it at 2 a.m. Moose Lake also at 2 a.m. This is when it would have those strong winds along the leading edge of that storm, so watch out for that. We see it sweep on off. It goes towards Ironwood at 5, Grand Marais at 5, and it looks like it's bowing a little bit, especially in the Arrowhead and down into Wisconsin there. So do watch out for strong winds. It will stay strong overnight into those overnight hours. So widespread gusty winds, hopefully not severe across the entire stretch of the system, but that is possible. And some pretty calm lake out there. It was a great weekend for some blueberry cheesecake ice cream too. It was nice and warm, so I wish I had some of that blueberry cheesecake ice cream. I'll have to send that recipe our way. Here for our 24-hour high temperatures. Yesterday we got 88 here in Duluth, some 90s Superior, Ashland, our winter at 91, then some cooler temps up in the far northern parts of our region. For those storm reports, we saw some pretty hefty storms roll through the Iron Range for Monday morning. I got woken up in Chisholm at 6:30, and there was a lot of power outages in town, a lot of pictures of trees down. So you saw that those gusty winds move across the Northland from around 6 to 7:30 on Monday morning. But for our evening, we didn't see any storms. Then for our rain totals, they got around 1.5 inches, and that was within an hour there in the range. So very heavy rain up towards Grand Marais. You guys also got some rain, but that was closer to 1/4 of an inch out there. For our storm outlook, there's more storms projected for today. There's a 4 out of 5 and moderate risk of severe weather, but that's out in South Dakota and into western Wisconsin. They're expecting some strong winds, and it should stay to our south, the south of our region, maybe Hayward down towards Hinckley. You guys are in that marginal, maybe some strong winds overnight, but most of our region is looking good. Some strong storms are out there tonight, so do be aware of that. And that's associated with the cool front that'll come through later on tonight. So we're going to stay muggy into today, but that cool front comes on through, and we're left with dew points that are really low. We're seeing some 40s for Wednesday, so it really should be off the chart. It's going to be very comfortable moving into this week. So we got that heat wave really breaks Monday night, and we're looking at very nice weather coming on up. For our temps now, it's 65 here in Duluth, 60 up in International Falls, a little bit cooler, and we're seeing some 70s already in Ashland and Ironwood there. And we're seeing current winds out of the north-northwest, pretty calm, but some gusts up to 5-10 miles an hour. Those winds are bringing in some smoke concerns, though. So we got orange category, unhealthy for sensitive groups, forecasted for our Tuesday. Those northwestern winds bringing in that wildfire smoke. So that pattern we've been seeing time and time again this summer. We got wildfire smoke coming in when we get our nice days. Those nice sunny days, we see smoke and that sky is kind of hazy. So we're going to see that continue into Tuesday, Wednesday. Hopefully not Thursday. I'm watching that for Thursday. Our winds should switch, and we'll see if we can get rid of that smoke. For our future radar, it stays sunny going into Monday. So great day, get outside, go down to the beach maybe. Work on that tan, and we'll see some clouds filter on in coming in later on tonight, but most of us do stay clear off into Wisconsin and upper Michigan too. Then we see clouds build in. Those thunderstorms maybe move off to our south overnight, so 1 to 5 a.m. They could be in Hinckley, Siren, but looking to not be severe or super strong at this point. Then there isn't really a point to continuing the future radar, because moving into our 7-day, we got beautiful weather coming up. 84 today, our last hot day. Our heat wave breaks going into Tuesday. Those dew points fall, 79. Then going into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we got mid-70s, abundant sunshine. It's going to be great out there. Then a little warm-up going into next weekend. Then we have our question of the day. We got some pretty good responses coming in today. So our question was, what superpower would you choose to have and why? And our first answer comes from Jen Munson, and she chose to be an animal charmer, being able to control, communicate, or transform into our animals.
I like the addition
one.
of transform, right? Yeah.
Jenny always has some good answers.
Which animals would you guys transform into?
Oh, see, I think I'd go with like an eagle again, you know? Well, then they can fly. They're amazing. And then also go birds. So
Being able to fly or swim would be one of them. I don't want to be on land.
Yeah,
That's
right.
boring.
That's already what we do. That's exciting.